If you're over 60 and you've been told that walking is the best thing you can do for your health, this might surprise you. Walking is good, yes, but it's no longer enough. In fact, for many adults over 60, walking alone can quietly allow muscles to weaken, balance to fade, and joints to stiffen. And that's exactly how people who feel active still end up struggling with stairs, getting up from chairs, or feeling unsteady. Today, I am going to share 5 simple exercises that research shows are actually better than walking for strength, balance, and long-term independence after 60. These are not extreme workouts. They're safe, gentle, and incredibly powerful when done consistently. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why adding just a few minutes of these movements can change how your body feels years from now. Let's start with something important. Walking is excellent for the heart and circulation, but it does very little to stop muscle loss. After age 60, adults lose muscle at a faster rate every year, a process called sarcopenia, and muscle loss is one of the biggest predictors of falls, frailty, and loss of independence. The body needs resistance, balance challenges, and joint movement in different directions. Walking moves your body in one straight line. Life doesn't. That's why these 5 exercises matter so much. The first exercise is chair squats. This one alone has been shown in studies to predict longevity. How well someone can stand up from a chair using their own strength is directly linked to how long and how independently they'll live. Chair squats work the thighs, hips, glutes, and core muscles that protect your knees, hips, and lower back. They also train your nervous system to coordinate movements smoothly. Unlike walking, which barely activates the glutes, chair squats wake them up. And strong glutes are essential for balance, posture, and reducing lower back pain. To do this safely, you sit on a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Lean slightly forward, press through your heels, and stand up slowly. Then sit back down with control. No dropping. No rushing. Even 5 to 10 repetitions, done 2 or 3 times a day, can make a noticeable difference within weeks. What's powerful here is that this movement mimics daily life. Every time you get up from a chair, toilet, or bed, you're practicing independence. The second exercise is head-to-toe balance standing. This may look simple, but it's far more effective than walking for preventing falls. Falls are the #1 cause of injury-related hospitalizations in adults over 60. Walking on flat ground does very little to challenge your balance system. Balance improves only when it's gently challenged. For this exercise, stand near a counter or wall for support. Place one foot directly in front of the other, so the heel of the front foot touches the toes of the back foot, like you're standing on a tightrope. Hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds, then switch feet. What's happening inside your body is remarkable. Tiny stabilizing muscles in your ankles, calves, hips, and core activate. Your brain sharpens its connection to your feet. This improves reaction time, which is critical if you trip or slip. Research shows that balance exercises like this can reduce fall risk by up to 40% when practiced consistently. Walking does not do that. Balance must be trained directly. The third exercise is wall push-ups. Many adults over 60 avoid upper body exercises because they think they're unsafe or unnecessary. But here's the truth. Arm and chest strength protect you during a fall and help with everyday tasks like pushing doors, carrying groceries, or getting up off the floor. Wall push-ups are one of the safest ways to build that strength. Stand facing a wall, arms extended, hands flat at chest height. Slowly bend your elbows and bring your chest toward the wall. Then push back to the starting position. This works your chest, shoulders, arms, and core without stressing your joints. Unlike walking, which barely engages the upper body, wall push-ups keep your arms strong and your posture upright. Stronger upper body muscles also help reduce shoulder and neck pain by improving alignment. At this point, you might be thinking, this sounds simple. Is it really enough? And that's a fair question. The answer is yes, because after 60, consistency matters far more than intensity. These movements send signals to your body that strength, balance, and coordination are still required. When the body gets those signals regularly, it adapts at any age. Now, the fourth exercise focuses on something walking completely ignores: hip mobility. Tight hips are one of the main reasons older adults develop back pain and poor balance. When the hips don't move well, the lower back and knees are forced to compensate. That's where pain starts. This exercise is standing hip circles. Hold onto a chair or counter for support. Lift one knee slightly and slowly make small circles with your knee, like you're drawing a circle in the air. Go 5 times in one direction, then 5 times in the other, and switch legs. These gentle movements lubricate the hip joint, improve range of motion, and reduce stiffness. Over time, this makes walking itself feel easier and smoother. Think of it as maintenance for your joints. The fifth exercise may be the most underrated of all: seated marching. This looks easy, but it's incredibly effective for improving circulation, core strength, and coordination. Sit tall in a chair, lift one knee toward your chest, lower it, then lift the other. Move slowly and with control. This strengthens the hip flexors and abdominal muscles, which are essential for stepping over curbs, climbing stairs, and preventing trips. Walking moves the legs, but it doesn't demand this kind of controlled lifting. Seated marching retrains the brain-body connection. Studies show that coordinated movements like this help maintain cognitive function while improving physical stability. You're training your brain and body at the same time. Here's the key idea to understand. Walking is not bad, but it's incomplete. These 5 exercises together address strength, balance, mobility, coordination, and joint health, the exact areas that decline fastest after 60. And the best part is that you, Dan T, need a gym, equipment, or long workouts. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day can be enough to create real change. As we continue, I'm going to explain how to combine these exercises into a simple daily routine, how often to do them, and the most common mistakes people over 60 make that actually slow progress instead of helping it. Let's talk about how to turn these 5 exercises into something you can actually stick with, because the best exercise in the world doesn't help if it's not done consistently. The goal here is not to replace walking entirely, but to build a foundation that walking alone can't provide. Think of walking as the bonus, not the base. A simple way to structure this is to pick one time of day. Morning or early afternoon tends to work best for most people over 60. Start with chair squats while your body is fresh. Do them slowly, focusing on control rather than speed. Rest for a moment, then move into heel-to-toe balance standing. Use support if needed. There's no prize for letting go too soon. The nervous system improves through steady practice, not risk. After that, do wall push-ups. Pay attention to your breathing. Exhale as you push away from the wall. Good breathing reduces blood pressure spikes and keeps the movement relaxed. Then move into standing hip circles. These should never feel forced. If the circles are small, that's perfectly fine. Mobility improves gradually. Finally, finish with seated marching. Sit tall. Imagine a string gently lifting the top of your head, and move with control. This posture alone strengthens the spine-supporting muscles. Altogether, this routine can take as little as 10 minutes. If you feel good, you can repeat it once more later in the day. What matters most is doing it regularly, not pushing hard. Now, let's clear up a very common mistake. Many adults over 60 think that if an exercise doesn't feel intense, it's not working. But intensity is not the goal anymore. Signal is. You're signaling to your muscles, joints, and brain that they are still needed. When that signal disappears, the body starts letting things go. When the signal stays consistent, the body maintains and often improves function. Another mistake is rushing through movements. Fast, uncontrolled motion increases injury risk and reduces benefits. Slow movements create more muscle activation and improve coordination. This is especially true for balance exercises. Even standing still with intention is powerful. You might also be wondering how often these exercises should be done each week. The research is very clear here. Light strength and balance exercises performed most days of the week lead to better outcomes than harder workouts done occasionally. Aim for at least 5 days a week. Daily is even better if your body tolerates it well. Now, let's talk about pain, because this is where many people get discouraged. Mild muscle effort or warmth is normal. Sharp pain, joint pain, or pain that lingers afterward is not. If something hurts, reduce the range of motion or skip that movement for the day. Progress is not linear after 60, and that's okay. Listening to your body is part of staying active long term. One of the most encouraging things about these exercises is how quickly people often notice changes. Within 2 to 3 weeks, many adults report feeling steadier on their feet, less stiff in the morning, and more confident standing up from chairs. Confidence matters more than people realize. Fear of falling changes how you move, and that actually increases fall risk. When you feel stronger and more stable, your movement becomes smoother and safer. It's also important to understand that these exercises support more than just physical health. Regular strength and balance training has been linked to improved mood, better sleep, and even sharper thinking in older adults. When the body moves well, the brain benefits too. That's something walking alone doesn't fully provide. Now, if you're thinking about combining these exercises with walking, here's the best approach. Do the exercises first, then walk if you want. When muscles are activated and joints are mobile, walking becomes safer and more effective. You'll likely notice better posture, longer strides, and less discomfort. Walking after strength work turns it into a functional activity rather than just repetitive motion. Before we finish, there's one more important point to understand. Aging does not automatically mean weakness. Many of the declines people experience after 60 are not caused by age itself, but by lack of specific movement. The body responds to what it's asked to do. These 5 exercises ask the body to stay strong, balanced, and capable. In the final part, I'm going to explain who should be cautious with these exercises, how to modify them for common conditions like knee pain or arthritis, and how to know if you're making real progress over time. Let's talk about safety and modifications, because every body over 60 is different, and smart exercise is always individualized. If you have been mostly sedentary, or if you have conditions like arthritis, osteoporosis, or a history of falls, these exercises are still appropriate, but they should be approached with extra patience. For knee discomfort, chair squats should be done with a higher seat or with a cushion added to the chair so the movement range is smaller. You can also use your hands lightly on the armrests at first. Over time, as strength improves, you'll rely on your legs more. The goal is not perfection. It's gradual progress. If balance feels challenging, that's actually a good sign you're training the right system. For heel-to-toe standing, always keep one hand near a wall or counter. If placing the feet directly in line feels too difficult, widen the stance slightly. Even a small challenge to balance activates the stabilizing muscles and improves coordination. For shoulder discomfort, wall push-ups can be done with the hands placed higher on the wall or with elbows kept closer to the body. This reduces stress on the shoulder joint while still strengthening the muscles that protect it. If you ever feel sharp pain, stop and reset. Gentle strength should never hurt. Hip circles can be done seated if standing feels unstable. Simply lift one knee slightly and draw small circles while seated upright. The benefit is still there. Seated marching can also be slowed down or done with one leg at a time if coordination feels difficult at first. Now, how do you know if these exercises are actually working? Progress after 60 often shows up in daily life before it shows up in numbers. You might notice it's easier to get out of a car. You might feel more confident stepping off a curb. You might realize you're not holding onto furniture as much when you walk around the house. These are real signs of improvement. Another simple way to track progress is with repetition and time. Chair squats feel easier. Balance holds last longer. Movements feel smoother. These small wins add up to big changes over months. One thing that's important to avoid is comparing yourself to others. Everyone starts at a different place. The body you have today deserves care, not criticism. Consistent movement is one of the most powerful forms of self-respect at this stage of life. Here's the deeper message behind all of this. Walking keeps you moving, but these exercises keep you capable. Capability is what allows you to live on your own terms, to travel, to play with grandkids, to move without fear. That's what truly matters after 60. If you've been walking faithfully and still feel stiff, weak, or unsteady, it's not because you're failing. It's because your body needs more complete movement. These 5 exercises fill the gaps that walking leaves behind. Do them gently, do them consistently, and give your body time to respond. It still knows how to adapt, no matter your age. Before we end, take a moment to really let this sink in. Growing older does not mean becoming fragile. It does not mean slowing down until life feels smaller. What truly causes decline is not age itself, but the gradual loss of strength, balance, and confidence that happens when the body isn't challenged in the right ways. Walking will always be a good habit. It keeps the heart healthy and the mind clear. But if walking is the only thing you're doing, your body is quietly missing out on the movements that protect you from falls, pain, and dependence. These 5 exercises aren't about pushing harder, they're about moving smarter. The most powerful part is this. You don't need special equipment, expensive programs, or hours of your day. You just need consistency and patience. A few intentional minutes each day can help you stay steady on your feet, strong in your legs, and confident in your movement. That confidence changes how you live. You stand taller, you move without hesitation. You trust your body again. And remember, progress after 60 doesn't shout, it whispers. It shows up in the way you rise from a chair without thinking about it, in the way stairs feel less intimidating, in the quiet relief of knowing your body is still working with you, not against you. Start where you are, go at your own pace, and let these simple movements support you in staying independent, capable, and in control of your health for years to come. If this video helped you see exercise differently, take a moment to like it and share it with someone who might need it too. And if you want more simple, science-backed ways to stay strong and steady after 60, make sure you're subscribed. Your body is still listening. Give it the right signals and it will respond.